good in their defensive stance, able to get through the screen, slips right through.
But Mitchell's gonna post her up this time. Difficult shot, it's left short. Wheeler stood her ground, it gets back from Juhász. Offensive foul!
Wow.
Offensive foul called on number 14, Dorka Juhász.
Where's the offensive foul? I'm not seeing it. Let's see it again. The ball goes up, and here's Dorka, comes down with it. I think that's a missed call. No one's got a challenge here.
That's right, because Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve used it at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter on another foul call. She's making this appeal to the referees. This sends Erica Wheeler to the free throw line. It is loud here in Target Center as Minnesota looks for its first win of the season.
Unless they're calling when she kind of flies in a little bit.
Timeout on the floor. Those free throws with Indiana in the bonus are huge right now. We're giving them now a 5-point lead. Now coming up next, the Chicago Sky make a trip out west to LA, battling the Sparks. It's the WNBA on Ion, Friday nights all season long. That felt like, Leah, a huge turn right here late.
Absolutely was. And Minnesota has done a nice job of getting to the free throw line. They're 16 for 20 from there. And Indiana's only 9 of 11, but these free throws coming just at a critical time for the Fever.
Minnesota now out of timeouts. 1:03 on the clock. Both teams looking for win number 2 this season. It's been hard to come by. They have stuck with and competed with teams in the top of the standings. Wanting to put it all together here. Collier nails the 3 in crunch time.
Oh, Collier's big time right now. She is feeling it. She's trying to save her team.
Pressure coming from Minnesota, delaying the Fever from getting into their offense. Here is Mitchell guarded by McBride. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and she whips a pass out of bounds.
People thinking that it was tapped out of bounds, but it looks like it's going to be Minnesota ball.
And Indiana doesn't have a challenge either here late in the game. 42 seconds on the clock. The entire Fever bench trying to make the appeal as Maya Moore looks on. Renee Montgomery behind her as well.
Candace Wiggins is in the house.
A lot of talent to see it, as Coach Seid says. Luckily, none of them are getting on the floor tonight. 30 seconds to play as Shepherd hands it off. McBride calling her own number, not there. It lands in the hands of Mitchell. 10-second different shot in game clock, and it will be Collier to reset and run this offense. 4 seconds on the clock. Collier, 2 seconds, throws it up. It's left short. Wheeler with 8 seconds left in a 2-point game. Slows it down, and she is then fouled with 4.8 to go.
Wow. Just a lot just happened for the last minute of basketball. But Indiana in a really good position right now. Minnesota half needing to do exactly what they just did, is foul. And Nafisa Collier, the Lynx were hoping that she could get that last shot off in time and get a good look at the basket.
Wheeler misses the free throw. This season, came into this game just 2 for 3. Doesn't get a whole lot of opportunities, nor does this team at large. But one more shot to make this a 3-point contest. And she doesn't. Minnesota is out of timeouts. They have to throw it up ahead. And that's how things will end at Target Center. The Indiana Fever deny Minnesota their first home victory.
What a big win for Indiana to come into Minnesota on a big night in this arena and steal a win from the Lynx. And we saw some great play from Aaliyah Boston, from Kelsey Mitchell, from Erica Wheeler, and Alyssa Smith, who really stepped up as well.
71-69 is the final. Minnesota falls to 1-7, but Indiana finally able to put those pieces together. They end a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, really did a nice job at key moments of this game, getting to the free throw line at critical moments and hitting some big shots. But when we look at what it was about, their 4 players in double figures for this Indiana team. It was a team effort. 17 points from their bench, 30 points in the paint.
Indiana gets its second road win of the season. They are 2-5 this season. For Leah B. Olson and our entire crew, I'm Sloan Martin. Thanks so much for tuning in. Indiana gets its second win of the season on the road, 71-69, the final in Minneapolis as the Lynx fall to 1-7 this season. Coming your way next year on the WNBA on ION, it's Chicago against LA. Thanks for tuning in.